Does SeroVital work? Hey gang, it's Joe Cannon from SupplementClarity.com. That's going to be the topic of today's video. SeroVital, the growth hormone producing, boosting dietary supplement. In this video, I want to look at the research on SeroVital and look at some of the pertinent research on some of its interesting ingredients as well. Hopefully this video will give you a better idea of whether or not SeroVital is right for you. So let's just jump right into it. I got a lot to say today, so let's just get to it. How does SeroVital work? Here's the idea. SeroVital contains substances called secretagogues. Secretagogues, say that 3 times real fast. Secretagogues are compounds which can boost our natural production of growth hormones. In this particular case, it contains a combination of herbs and amino acids. Okay, and so that's how it's supposed to work. I do like to point out that there's no similarity between growth hormone and HCG. HCG is human chorionic gonadotropin. People have asked me if they're the same thing. They're really not. HCG is sometimes used as a weight loss product. I'll probably do a video on that at some point in the near future. But I just like to say that there is no change. There is no similarity between HCG and HGH. They're different. All right. So here is the research on SeroVital. There is research on this product, and here it is: elevated growth hormone levels 120 minutes following a single low-dose amino acids in healthy subjects. Now, in this investigation, it was 16 people, it was 12 guys, 4 women. Lasted about 3 weeks. They give people either a placebo or 1,200 milligrams of lysine and 1,200 milligrams of arginine. And these researchers noted that there was an 8-fold increase in growth hormone levels 120 minutes after they took the amino acid combination. And they didn't see this when they took the placebo. Okay, so this is the actual SeroVital research that you may have heard about. All right, so again, it's 16 people. It's mostly men. It's 4 women. They're in their 30s. Again, lasted 3 weeks, and they noted that there were higher levels after taking SeroVital. So my thoughts on this particular investigation, it appears that it is not yet published in a medical journal or a scientific journal. It was presented at the Obesity Society in 2012. I personally would like to see it replicated in a medical journal so everybody could take a look at exactly what was going on. Right now, all we see is the abstract, and abstracts don't necessarily have to be peer-reviewed. Regardless of that, I would like to see the entire investigation to see exactly what was happening, but we don't see that as of right now. Again, it's mostly younger people. These are people in their 30s that, again, were in the study. I'd like to see the study. I'd personally like to see a study with people in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. Again, small investigation, but that's kind of normal for dietary supplement studies, as I'll show you in a few moments. And again, all they noted was that growth hormone was higher 2 hours after they took the SeroVital compound. They did not measure muscle strength, body fat, skin thickness, wrinkles, etc. The idea here, however, is that if you took it long enough and your growth hormone was elevated for a longer period of time, say months, for instance, that you might reap some of the benefits of higher levels of growth hormone, such as more strength, less wrinkles, etc. Again, there's no data on that as of yet. Hopefully one day there will be, but as of right now, there doesn't appear to be. So here are the ingredients in SeroVital. We've got 6 ingredients, and they go down as follows. You got lysine, arginine, oxyproline, N-acetylcysteine, NAC, glutamine, schizo, and lastly, you've got something called Schizonepeta. It's an herbal ingredient. All totaled, these 6 ingredients add up to 2.9 grams. Okay. N-acetylcysteine is popular for increasing glutathione levels. Glutathione is a antioxidant that I see I've seen before in other ingredients, other dietary supplements. But let's jump into some of the research on the other ingredients in SeroVital and see what we can figure out about them. So here's an investigation from 1981, a study of growth hormone release in man after oral administration of amino acids. We're looking at 15 guys. These were actually young guys. I think they were around 20 or so. And they give them a combination of 1,200 milligrams of lysine and 1,200 milligrams of arginine. And they noted that this combination of amino acids increased levels of growth hormone and insulin. They call it somatotropin, but somatotropin is basically growth hormone. Again, again, this low dose amino acid in this particular investigation seemed to cause a rise in growth hormone levels. All right, that's interesting. So if we go flash forward to 1993, very similar study, low-dose amino acid supplementation, no effects on serum growth hormone levels or insulin in weightlifters. These investigators used a little bit more than before. They used 2 grams of arginine, 2 grams of ornithine, 2 grams of lysine, and they gave it to these 11 weightlifters. They were from 19 years of age to 35 years of age, and they noticed there was no increase in growth hormone production or insulin production for that matter. Again, you might be wondering why ornithine. Ornithine is another amino acid. I can only say that this study took place in the 1990s, and back in the 90s, ornithine and arginine together were quite popular for increasing growth hormone levels. So that's probably why they threw ornithine into this mixture. So not totally the same thing as the previous investigation, but again, it was relevant to the point of growth hormone, so I thought I'd include it. So we've got, again, in 1993, another investigation, oral arginine-lysine combo does not increase growth hormone or insulin-like growth factors in older men. Again, we've got a small study of 16 guys. They broke them up into 2 groups of 8 guys. They gave them 3 grams of arginine and 3 grams of lysine or a placebo for 2 weeks, and they noted that the combination of arginine and lysine did not increase growth hormone in these older individuals. Again, they used a little bit more arginine and lysine than the original study from 1981. Hold on to that thought because I want to bring something up in a few minutes about it. Now, if we look at arginine and growth hormone, all right, so here's an investigation from 2005, growth hormone response to various doses of oral arginine. We're looking at, again, small study, 8 guys, and these researchers gave these individuals different amounts of arginine, either 5 grams of arginine, 9 grams of arginine, or 13 grams, or a placebo. These researchers noted that the 5 gram and 9 gram dose caused significant rises in growth hormone production. Interestingly, the 13 gram dose of arginine did not increase growth hormone, but the smaller doses did. And also the 13 gram dose was associated with more gastrointestinal distress. They did not see that in the 5 and 9 gram dose. All right. 2007, we've got another investigation, the effect of L-arginine supplementation on secretion of growth hormone and insulin-like growth factor in adults. Small study, we got 7 guys, and they're taking basically 7 grams of arginine or a placebo basically for 7 days in a row, and they noted that arginine did not raise growth hormone or IGF levels in these young adults. All right, we've got 2014, hormonal responses of L-arginine supplementation in physically active individuals. These were 15 runners who received either a placebo or 6 grams of arginine, and they noted that the arginine in this particular study did not stimulate production of growth hormone or insulin-like growth factor in these 15 runners. So when I looked over these various studies, it occurred to me, and again, I'm just throwing it out to you, is it possible that a low-dose arginine-lysine combination works better than a high-dose arginine-lysine combination? Again, looking at the studies I just presented, we've got that very first study from 1981 showing that 1.2 grams of arginine, 1.2 grams of lysine did appear to do something in terms of growth hormone, versus 2 grams didn't. Another study shows 3 grams didn't, 6 grams didn't, 7 grams didn't. Although, interesting enough, another study did show 5 and 9 grams worked. So is it possible, what I'm trying to put out to you is a smaller dose might be working better than a higher dose. It's possible, and I'm bringing this out in the hopes that there are some graduate students out there thinking about what they might want to do their dissertation or master's thesis on. Maybe I just gave you a topic for your college papers. Compare the low-dose arginine-lysine combination to a high-dose arginine-lysine combination and measure the growth hormone responses. I'd love to see that research. If you do it, let me know. I'd love to read it, okay? Again, I have no proof either way. It's just something that occurred to me as I was looking at these different studies. I could be way off on it, but again, that's how science works. We ask questions, and I don't know the answer to this, so I just wanted to hopefully throw it out there, get you thinking, and hopefully get some college students thinking, because, again, a lot of the research that is on dietary supplements comes right out of colleges with college students who are doing this research. If we look at glutamine, so glutamine is an amino acid. It's a non-essential and conditionally essential amino acid. You make it, not a lot of it, but in sometimes you might need more of it. So it's sometimes called a conditionally essential amino acid. And in this particular investigation, we looked at, so the title is Increased Plasma Bicarbonate and Growth Hormone Levels After an Oral Glutamine Load. So they gave these individuals, looks like 9 of them, 2 grams of glutamine, and noted that 90 minutes after glutamine administration, they saw an increase in bicarbonate and as well as growth hormone levels. So again, 2 grams is a good amount. And again, they noted that it did appear to increase growth hormone levels. So this might be one of the reasons why glutamine is in SeroVital. Now, if we look at Schizonepeta, I can't find any particular research looking at whether Schizonepeta, also known as Japanese catnip or Jingji, increases growth hormone levels. But my thought is, I wonder if it's possible that it's present as a supportive ingredient, because there is some preliminary research that Schizonepeta might have anti-inflammatory properties. And there is some research that long-term inflammation might decrease human growth hormone levels. So could it have an anti-inflammatory effect in the hopes of helping to bolster the effects of the other ingredients in SeroVital? It's possible. I think so. Just thought I would throw this out to you because I couldn't find any particular research on it, but thought maybe there might be a supporting role to this ingredient. Now, when I was investigating SeroVital, I uncovered these other dietary supplements as well. We've got Growth Factor 9 and we've got Thrive HGH. If you look at all 3 of these side by side, you see that they contain the same ingredients. You got Growth Factor 9, the same 6 ingredients. Thrive HGH, the same 6 ingredients. Is it possible that these other companies are licensing the blend from the SeroVital company? Perhaps. I don't know. I didn't look into it too in depth, but I'm throwing this out to you in case you are shopping around for the best value for your money. I would say, take a look at these other dietary supplements and see what might work best for your budget if you're, thinking about SeroVital and whether it's right for you. So. And again, I've seen Growth Factor 9 in stores. Thrive HGH, maybe online, might be in stores. Again, I'm not sure. But again, something to take a look at if you're shopping around for maybe the best value. So a few questions about SeroVital that people have asked me and you may be curious about. There is no human growth hormone in SeroVital. Mentioned that at the beginning. Again, it contains secretagogues, things that hopefully would raise our growth hormone level. All right. Do you have to take it forever? And I would say probably, yeah, if you're seeing benefits from it. My guess is if you stop taking it, eventually you might slide back down to where you were before. How long that might take you, I can't say because there is no long-term research on people who took it and stopped taking it. Hopefully one day there will be, but right now there's not. So if you're seeing it, you're happy, I would say it looks like you might have to keep taking it forever. Does it help your skin or hair look better? Again, no data specifically saying this, but people have told me that their skin looks better, they have less wrinkles, their hair seems to be better, etc. Again, I tend to go where the data is, and I can't find any particular investigations saying this, but again, there are people out there who have told me that they do see differences when they take SeroVital. As for teenagers taking it, I would say come back when you're 40 and we'll talk. If you are a teenager, you're watching this video, I'm just going to tell you, you likely are teeming with growth hormones, so there's no reason for you to be taking it. So for teenagers, don't worry about it. Does it help with weight loss? No particular SeroVital weight loss research out there that I've been able to find. The idea here is if you take it long enough, your growth hormone might be elevated and you might have some of the benefits of elevated growth hormones. One of those benefits might be weight loss. There was a study done in the 1990s which gave people growth hormone injections and they seemed to notice fat loss from that. So would the same thing happen if you took a growth hormone boosting dietary supplement? It's possible. I'd like to see research on it, but anything's possible. And if you've taken it and you've seen change in body fat or weight loss, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. There is a powdered form of SeroVital, and the big advantage here, I would say, is if you don't like swallowing capsules, the powdered version might be better for you. They look to be the same thing to me, containing the same amount of ingredients, so that powdered form of SeroVital might be better for some people who don't like swallowing capsules, and I'm one of them, so I can empathize with you. And then lastly, can men take it? And I would say, sure, I see no reason why men could not take SeroVital. Their own research involved men. So yeah, I don't see a problem with that. So as for side effects, I don't think there's any side effects if you're healthy with SeroVital. Again, looking at the ingredients, it contains low levels of amino acids that you're probably getting in food or making on your own. So again, for healthy people, no problem there. Again, if you're not so healthy, always a good idea to talk to your doctor about this. For instance, you're pregnant, you're breastfeeding, you got any cancer, liver problems, you take any medications such as blood thinners, blood thinners usually have a lot of, they interact with some dietary supplements. So again, if you're not so healthy, talk to your doctor first. But if you're healthy, you're just wondering about this, I don't see a problem, to be honest with you. So does SeroVital work? And I would say, well, they've got a study on it. I personally would like to see it involve more people over a longer period of time, and maybe one day that research will be done. But people have told me that they have experienced some benefits from SeroVital. I can't say either way. I didn't try it. I just like looking at the research. So hopefully this review helped you. I will leave a link to my full review in the description. But until then, if you have questions, leave a comment below, and I will endeavor to answer them myself. Until next time, guys, I'm Joe Cannon. Have yourself a fantastic day.